Ocean, hailing from the country of Ireland. Aisling Downey is a second-degree black belt who has been practicing Kenpo karate for over 20 years. In fact, it's a rumor that you grew up in a karate studio, which is no surprise, and it's not like you had a choice considering who your parents are. Aisling holds a degree in sports management and coaching. She is completing her yoga instructor certification and is a proud mom to her new little boy, Ethan. Aisling will be speaking today about the similarities and complementary relationship between yoga and the martial arts. So please welcome Ms. Aisling Downey.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm very happy to be here today to speak about this great event that Ms. Barbara White put together. So I just want to give a brief introduction of what yoga is for people that may not be familiar with the subject. Yoga is a series of exercises and movements that are created with deliberate breathing techniques to reach an openness, balance, and flexibility of the mind. So how is yoga and martial arts complementing disciplines? Well, some of the key disciplines that I have seen through my practice, if we look at the martial arts, our universal patch on our uniform, all of the circles and shapes, squares and triangles, that sort of thing, they are shapes that we create as we perform our forms and techniques and basics and stances and that sort of thing. So also, when we practice yoga, a lot of the shapes that we do are very similar. So if I've done a yoga practice one evening and I practice martial arts the next day, I can instantly feel it within my body through the movements that I create. So they're really two disciplines that train the muscles in similar ways, but from different approaches. So if anybody is into being athletic or fitness training or anything like that, you always look to find exercises that are different but yet complement each other. So I really feel strongly about martial arts and yoga as them complementing disciplines. So what they say in yoga is the base of your body is very important. What the base would be is your legs and your hips. And for any of us martial artists, I'm sure that you know the muscles and the parts of the body that we train a lot for kicks and stances is strong legs and hips. That's where we get our dynamic when we do our forms and techniques and our twists and movements. That's when we have the lower body strong and the upper body becomes in sync and starts to move as one. So that's when we really start to achieve in our martial arts. So I just want to list a few of the general fitness you can achieve and the wellness you can achieve through practicing yoga. So I'm just going to list them off. You can improve your organ function, your circulation, lower your blood pressure, improve arthritis, joint mobility, improve muscle strains, your general back and spinal health will improve, and your breathing and lung capacity will improve. So why would that be important for martial artists? Well, if you're really fit and well from practicing yoga, of course you're going to become a better martial artist. If I can give an example from a professional sports point of view, at home in Ireland and England, a lot of professional soccer players have taken up practicing yoga. These soccer players have then been able to prolong their career late into their 40s because they have improved their wellness from practicing yoga and they have less injuries, less muscle strains, and they're just really better players for it. So in keeping with the sports side of yoga and how it applies to really all sports, when I was in college I studied a few modules on sports psychology, and I really seen the link between sports psychology and yoga. Sports psychology and yoga is really about the mind, and I really believe that the mind comes into martial arts as well. Your mind you can excel if your mind is in the right place, or you may not achieve if your mind is not in the right place. Yoga really is about what you think it is, the shapes and the stretches and the postures, but really what it is about the mind and the breathing. When you have become advanced in these practices of breathing, your mind becomes quite still. You can focus in on the situation where you are here now and present in the room. If you have that attentiveness and you can really focus on what you're doing and your mind isn't thinking about anything else, which is very hard to do, you then start to relieve them anxieties. You create belief in your abilities and you can really excel to places that you never thought you could go. So if you can really draw them two together, sports psychology and yoga, and how they are related. If you think about if you're testing for your black belt or yellow belt or anything, if you're competing in competitions like the IKC 2014 this weekend, if you have your mind where it needs to be, you're focused on what you need to do, you can achieve really anything that you want to. So that's why I really stress the importance of yoga and martial arts for me, of where it has made me believe and can really set your mind in the right place. Just to give you a little bit, there's a lot of research now that's coming into yoga. There's a man called Dr. Rick Hansen, and everything I've just spoke about there, he has reinforced this in real scientific research. So again, Dr. Rick Hansen, if any of you are interested in getting some research of what I have just said, and if you believe it's true, and this, I would really recommend Googling him or getting his book and having a real read about that, because that's like what's happening now in the yoga world, so it's really interesting. And just since this is a women's symposium and women in Kenpo, I just wanted to speak a bit about how it empowers me as a martial artist. So, when my knowledge in yoga and knowledge in martial arts brought together has given me, say, an edge over my teaching. If I'm teaching somebody, I can teach them the martial arts that I know, but then I can give them a different approach from a functional movement and yoga point of view, because I really understand the anatomy of the body, the muscles, joints, all stuff like that. I can tell them, okay, do this movement this way, but then I can say why the joint works and how it moves and how the muscle moves and that sort of thing. So it's really anatomy and physiology. The yogis were scientists as well, so they really have a great understanding of the body. And I think us as martial artists, with all the moves we create, have great understandings of the body also. So I think I can conclude if I'm coming to my time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, and I'd love if you came up and asked me more questions about it afterwards.